Hello, welcome to my first YouTube video tutorial. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to use AI to automate a lot of the pre-event marketing tasks that you have to do before any major event. So I'm using Gemini. You can use any AI of your choice. For this specific tutorial, I made up a hypothetical situation. It is in the prompt that will be ungated and accessible. It will also be in the description of this YouTube video. Okay, perfect. So to start off with, just to review, I copy and pasted in my name of my hypothetical event. So it's going to be the Space Exploration Summit. I came up with the name, some mock dates, a location, my target audience, and then I broke this up into steps because I like to form plans based on strategy. So step one was defining my goals and my audience. So I've already completed this. So I'm going to just delete this. Perfect. So I have my target audience. I don't know why they're in there twice. And then I went one step further because I like to add more context than probably necessary just to make sure that the outputs I get are minimized as far as hallucinations go. So I added speakers, exhibits, and events that are going to be a part of my Space Exploration Summit, a description of all the exhibits, goals for each of the exhibits, and then overall goals for the event, which are to increase the public interest in space exploration, educate attendees, inspire participants, and generate leads for space-related businesses. So again, that was just the hypothetical situation. I haven't prompted Gemini to do anything yet. I'm just going to say, this is my event and all of the details that you need to know. Do you understand? And it helps if you spell things right. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm just asking it to repeat what I just told it. That way I can make sure that before I start actually prompting it, it's giving me factual information. So I'm just going to give this a once over. The name's correct, dates, location, target audience, speakers, exhibits, overall event. Yep. Okay. So it hasn't changed anything. Perfect. So now step two is going to be choose my channels. So for this tutorial, I'm going to create an email nurture sequence, which consists of 4 emails, 4 social media posts, 3 landing pages, 4 blogs, 1 webinar, and 1 podcast. So I'm going to say, here are my channels and the specific content that I need your help creating. And I like to do a little dash, copy and paste it in, and click enter. And then while that's thinking, I have a second window up with my prompts. So I'm just going to go through and make sure I'm not missing anything. Awesome. So it's already creating a solid content plan for me. I know that this is full funnel and I know the themes that I want, but this is really great if you don't know what you want yet. I mean, and you can just export to sheets. That is wonderful. This is why I love Gemini. Okay, so I'm going to dive right in. Step 3 is use AI to actually create the engaging content for each channel. So I'm going to play around with my first email prompt here. And just for reference, it's this prompt. It says, imagine you're receiving a personal message from Mission Control inviting you on a thrilling journey to the Space Exploration Summit. Use countdown phrases and space jargon to pique interest. And I gave it an example. And I'm going to say, use this prompt to create 4 different emails leading up to the event. And this is exactly what I wanted. Yep. So it could be a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is I put 2 prompts in the example. I'm going to just grab that second prompt. And I'm going to come back in and I'm going to say, here is an additional prompt. Okay. And I'm going to say, use these 2 prompts to create 4 fully filled out emails leading up to my event. That way I'm not limiting its creativity. I'm just giving it 2 strategies that it can take. I don't care what the approach is, as long as the emails are fully filled out and it makes sense. Okay, so now we're getting some fully filled out emails. Okay, Perfect. I'm going to take this one step further, and I'm actually going to say, generate these 4 emails based off of my target audience. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my target audience and copy and paste it back in. Because I'm not going to assume that it remembers what it was or what they were. Okay. And here we go. Okay. This is a lot better. Awesome. So we have 4 emails for our email nurture that are all personalized based on the target audience leading up to the event. So next I'm going to work on social media posts. So I need 4 posts leading up to the event. So I'm going to say, use this prompt to guide your strategy in order to, typos for days, in order to create 4 social media posts leading up to this event. And then the prompt I submitted says, use stunning visuals of galaxies, spacecraft, and astronauts to capture attention. Pair them with short, engaging questions or facts about space exploration. And I gave an example in parentheses. So not only am I asking it to create 4 social media comments, but I'm asking it to create the visuals. Okay, so post 1. Awesome. 2, 3. I love this. This is great. Okay, perfect. So I love these image ideas. Can you show me visuals based off of your ideas? I feel like I need the Jeopardy. Okay. So it's telling me where to find similar images, but I want it to actually create images for me. I usually use Midjourney whenever I want to create images, but I know Gemini can do this, and I want to use one AI because the idea is to make this easy and accessible. And I don't want a bunch of tabs that I'm constantly switching in between, because then it's just a distraction for me, at least. So I prompted it something else. So I said, create me an image of a lone astronaut standing in awe before the breathtaking vastness of space. A distant galaxy filled with countless stars should dominate the scene. That's wonderful. Okay. Now I'm going to say, create me 3 similar images. Because again, these are going to be social media posts. So I want them to all look similar so that any of my prospects, when they come across these images, they know that they're all related and cohesive. Yes, this is great. This is perfect. I'm going to generate more just for fun because I love to see what ideas it comes up with. Okay, I love these. Awesome. So we have our social media posts and we have the captions already generated. So up next is going to be 3 landing pages. So I want to create 3 landing pages based on all 3 of my target audience members. Use this prompt to help you create those 3 landing pages. And then the prompt I'm feeding it says, write the agenda and speaker bios like mission briefings, highlighting the expertise and exciting topics they'll cover, with an example in quotation marks. Perfect. Okay. So then it's telling me which audience members this landing page is for. It's giving the agenda based on the days. Okay. And it got all 3 of my target audience members right. It did not hallucinate or make up any inaccurate information. Okay. So we've got our 3 landing pages. So moving on now, we need 4 blogs, 1 per week leading up to the event, because hypothetically my event is 4 weeks out, even though we as marketers know it takes a lot longer to generate interest, just for this tutorial. So I'm going to say, use this prompt to create 4 blog posts tailored to each of my target audience members. These blog posts should use information from the event. And you don't actually have to go back and grammatically correct yourself, because it understands what you're trying to say, which is wonderful. You can't really ask for anything else. Okay. So again, it's breaking up the blog post by my target audience. This is accurate. Yep. It's only talking about events, exhibits, and speakers that I have. Okay. Let's just read this last one. So it didn't give me a 4th blog, so I'm actually going to prompt it a little bit further. So I'm going to say, can you create 1 more blog to generate interest in this event? Yes. Okay, perfect. So I've got 4 blogs, 3 of them for each of my 3 target audience members, and then 1 general just to generate interest and push for registrations. This is great. So every person that has ever written a blog knows you have to have a blog image. So now we're going to go ahead and feed in a prompt to create 4 images. I'm going to say, create me 4 images of a space station built near the moon with spacecraft of various designs docked nearby. Include astronauts from diverse backgrounds working together in this bustling center of space travel. Very specific prompt. All right, let's see what it came up with. Okay, this is great. I'm just going to say generate a few more, because it only gave me 3 and I need 4. And they're definitely unified, but I think that we can do better than this. Gemini can do better than this. This is cool. Okay, so this was more what I had in mind. So these are perfect. So now we have 4 blogs with 4 blog images. So the last 2 parts of the pre-marketing tasks were to create a webinar talk track and a podcast talk track. So I'm going to say, use this prompt to create a 30-minute webinar talk track with the CTA being to register for the Space Summit. And the prompt I'm putting in says, craft conversation prompts that will spark engagement and encourage audience participation. I like to always include an example in parentheses. I feel like you can't really overdo it when it comes to context. And let's see what it gives us. Yes. Okay, perfect. So intro and icebreakers. I love that they timed all of this out. This is great. Yep. It chose my same speaker, so it's not hallucinating or making up facts. It chose the exact same exhibit, and I didn't have to refeed it in to remind it. It's got CTAs, FOMO alerts, registry. Okay, so this is great. So lastly, I'm going to create a talk track for a 45-minute podcast. Use this prompt to create it. And the prompt says, use storytelling techniques to make the discussion informative and captivating. Yep, this is great. Countdown to liftoff, guest stories. Okay, this is amazing. This is exactly what I was looking for. Again, it broke it up into segments of time so that I can, after this, I've got my talk track. I just have to go record myself and make sure that I'm staying in tune with the time. I've got everything I need. So just to reiterate what we just did in 15 minutes, we created an email nurture sequence consisting of 4 emails. We created 4 social media posts with images and captions, 3 landing pages, 4 blogs with images, 1 webinar, and 1 podcast. Using AI does not have to be difficult. I find it very fun. I hope you guys did as well. Please let me know if you enjoyed this and leave any questions or comments. Thank you.